Who could have guessed Homelander would end up going head-to-head with the first black female president of the U.S.? Homelander has turned into the mastermind of a global terrorist cell. Using AI, he faked videos and abducted the leaders of 20 nations to hijack hundreds of billions. Danielle Sutton is a decorated veteran, mom of 2, and the first black woman to hold the U.S. presidency. But when we first meet her, she's not handling a global crisis. She's arguing with her 17-year-old daughter, Serena, who snuck out of the White House to party in Georgetown and ended up on national news. President Sutton delivers a powerful address laying out a strategy to eliminate world hunger via digital microloans for African farmers. She emphasizes how countless people in sub-Saharan Africa lack access to banks and stash cash just to plant crops. Her objective? Convince global leaders at the G20 summit in Cape Town to back the plan. One reporter even questions how she can lead a nation when she can't keep her daughter in check. With her credibility on the line, Sutton opts to bring her whole family, husband Derek, rebellious Serena, and young son Demetrius, to the summit. They're joined by Manny Ruiz, Sutton's fiercely loyal head of security, and Joanna Worth, U.S. Treasury Secretary. But there's friction. British Prime Minister Oliver Everett isn't sold. Sutton must sway big names like IMF Director Elena Romano. Meanwhile, in Budapest, a woman named Ku enters a church to deliver a crypto wallet. She insists on payment first, but her contact delays it, citing blockchain delays. Suspecting a double cross, she attacks and flees. She ducks into a bar and tries to blend in, but Rutledge appears, sedates her, and steals the wallet. At the G20, everything seems fine, until it's not. Rutledge's team has already infiltrated hotel security. Doors are hacked, weapons disguised as camera gear, and room service is fake. Suddenly, the hotel Wi-Fi crashes. A bomb levels the CAT team's suite. Gas floods the ballroom. Doors lock. World leaders gasp for air while security is wiped out. Fake rescuers arrive, only to slaughter. A politician tries to flee and is executed. The attackers split the leaders from their families. Thankfully, a few countries had security already inside. In the scramble, Manny hustles Sutton and Joanna out. Sutton runs back for the UK Prime Minister and almost gets caught, but Manny takes down the threat. Sutton, Manny, and others flee. Joanna isn't so lucky. With exits sealed, chaos everywhere, and people gasping, Manny says there's a hidden door behind the bar. Elena Romano starts panicking. Sutton uses a fire extinguisher to create a smokescreen. They escape through a service tunnel. Meanwhile, Derek storms the kids' room and saves Serena and Demetrius just in time. Sutton and Manny argue about tactics. She wants a gun. He hesitates. It's been years since she last held one. Then South Korea's First Lady Han Meno finds a laundry chute and dives in. Everyone follows. Back in the ballroom, Rutledge is met with cheers. He's informed that Sutton and Everett have escaped. He dispatches kill squads. In the kids' suite, Serena, Demetrius, and Derek barricade the door. They sneak to the next room via the balcony, tricking their pursuers by dangling sheets. Sutton suspects an inside job. The enemy knows too much. Even elite U.S. forces were taken out. Backups hours away. Their only shot is the Beast, the president's armored SUV in the underground garage. But reaching it? A whole new mission. Rutledge hijacks the internet. On a global live stream, he declares the G20 leaders are hostages. He accuses them of plotting to rob poor nations and enslave populations with a new monetary system. He urges people to yank their money from banks and go full crypto, outside government control. If stopped, he promises executions on live feed. Back in the States, analysts ID Edward Rutledge, ex-Australian Special Forces. The FBI had a file. How did he slip through? Derek tries to keep the kids grounded. Serena wants to find her mom. Derek says this was all planned for. Priority: get the kids out alive. Elsewhere, Sutton debates with Everett. He wants to wait. She argues the so-called rescuers caused this. While he stays, the others back Sutton. Rutledge starts filming leaders. First up, the South Korean president. The script? A pangram. Uses every letter in the alphabet, enough to deep-fake their voices. When he resists, Rutledge cuts off his ear. The others comply. The U.S. task force is flying blind. Surveillance. Offline. Any military action might kill hostages. They convene with other nations to coordinate, but fake videos hit the internet. One has the German chancellor saying digital currency lets governments track citizens. Another shows France's leader bragging about rigging elections. Global panic spreads. Crypto surges. Fiat crashes. It's financial warfare. The stolen wallet Q carried is overflowing. And the panic just makes Rutland richer. The attackers breach the laundry room. Leaders crawl into the ceiling and onto the elevator, but Everett bangs his hand. Merc's below here. It's a trap. Sutton is ambushed, choked, but Elena, clinging to the elevator top, uses Sutton's torn dress to choke the attacker. Sutton finishes the job with gunfire. Meanwhile, Serena and her family realize Rutledge's signal is still live, despite the hotel blackout. She builds a makeshift uplink using TV parts. Just as she's about to transmit, two men enter. Demetrius sees Agent Darden, part of their security team. Derek warns him something's wrong. Derek confronts Darden, who claims Sutton betrayed America by helping African farmers first. Serena hits send, alerting the outside world. Darden searches. The kids are hanging outside the building's edge. In a hotel kitchen, 5 hostages are tied up. Sutton sees the ripple effect of Rutledge's plan. Markets crashing, chaos spreading. She won't leave without saving them. Manny disagrees. She's the president. She doesn't care. Manny causes a distraction, flooding the floor, electrifying water. One guard is zapped. Sutton bursts in, gun blazing. She shoots one, gets jumped by another. A frying pan to the head stops him, temporarily. While untying hostages, he revives and aims, but Manny takes the bullet. He saves her life. Protests ignite globally. Serena's message gets through. The president is alive. Darden is the mole. Rutledge sees news that a U.S. carrier group is 3 hours out. He panics. Time to make Sutton surrender by executing hostages. Turns out, some of the hostages were undercover South African agents. Sutton gives them orders. Find her family. They swap radios. Rutledge kills the Australian PM. Sutton and her crew reach the Beast, preparing to escape. Then Derek radios. He's been captured. Rutledge demands Sutton's location. Sutton asks why. Rutledge says he wants her. He spots her kids and gives an ultimatum. Surrender or they die. He lets Derek talk. Derek yells, "Darden is one of them!" before he's beaten. Sutton chokes up, tells the kids she loves them, and surrenders. The South Korean First Lady hugs her goodbye and escapes in the Beast. Manny jumps from the vehicle to stay behind with Sutton. At the pool, Rutledge's men corner the kids until the South African agent Sutton saved earlier rescues them. Darden arrives to collect Sutton, but Manny ambushes and kills him. The Beast returns, driven by Elena and Everett. They came back. Serena radios in. She and Dee are safe, but she wants to help. Sutton tells them to run. Serena says she used a key card reader to sneak out earlier. She can hack in again, but needs Sutton's help retrieving a part. Elena and the leaders agree to back her. In a bold move, Elena drives the limo through the main gate. UKPM riding shotgun. Bullets fly. The vehicle holds. Rutledge fires a missile. It grazes the limo. 3 more launch. They barely make it. The South African team fires back. Lexi hits the launcher. Rutledge realizes it's an inside job and sends troops. The UKPM coordinates with the U.S. task force. A strike team will breach through the back. Serena will disable systems. Sutton and Manny make their move. She salutes him. He's likely not making it out. Manny shuts down lights as Sutton clears Serena's path. Serena escapes. Sutton runs out of bullets, forced into hand-to-hand combat. Serena and the South Africans storm the control room. Serena hacks in. Sutton strangles her attacker. The Navy SEALs arrive. She calls for lights. Manny, bleeding, hits the switch. Serena unlocks the doors. SEALs flood in. Serena watches her mom's floor on cam. Sutton sees an attacker sneak up and knocks him out. Then, a dark twist. Rutledge captures Derek and Joanna. He forces Sutton to read the pangram for another fake. SEALs breach the ballroom, but Rutledge moved them to the conference room. Only Serena's feed knows where. She volunteers to guide them. Rutledge drops a new deep fake. Markets crash again. His crypto hits $150 billion. Sutton insists the video's a lie. Rutledge says people believe lies, like the one that got her elected. He reveals he was in Fallujah. His team was killed by U.S. bombs. Sutton says she pulled a child from rubble. He calls her a liar, then shoots Derek in the arm. Sutton loses it, fights back. Rutledge drops his wallet in the scuffle. As he aims at her, Hanmeno stabs him. Sutton rushes to Derek. He's okay. Bulletproof vest. She notices Joanna hiding the wallet. Turns out, Joanna was the mole. She says Sutton stole the job she trained for. Sutton slaps her. I was elected. Rutledge escapes again, this time with Serena. Dee alerts his mom. Rutledge tries to take off in a helicopter. Sutton offers the wallet in exchange. As he grabs it, she slips inside. She can't fly. They hang over the edge. He climbs up to shoot, but Sutton pulls him off. Only he falls. Sutton clings to the chopper. SEALs and leaders pull her up. The world rejoices. Later, Elena and Everett sign the African Farming Accord. Manny survives. Joanna goes to jail. Sutton's bloody gown, framed in history.